All right, so we're here in North Carolina. I met Ryan Hoover for the second time. Doug met him for the first time. Adam met him for the first time. So, what are our thoughts about Mr. Hoover?
Well, Mr. Hoover is, well, the name alone shows that he's an icon. I mean, those vacuums are like the best ever. What?
Heir to the Hoover fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know. I like the guy because not only do I enjoy the fact that I see another person or met another person that thinks so alike, but we have so many differences in a sense that when we do find our differences, it's complementary to each other. It's something that we can learn from. It's not an ego thing. It's not who's better. It's once again, we are open to the ideas of improving ourselves. And I like that. You know, it's nice to have somebody you can work with that doesn't have the ego of, well, I'm better. Do I want to work with this guy? I mean, I welcome his skills and his ideas with open arms, and so did he. So when I did find certain things that were different from what we did, it was nothing in terms of, ooh, you know, that sucks. No, it was like, hey, cool, you do it differently, this is why I do mine differently. And then he comes back, but well, we do ours, and this is why we do ours. And we agreed to just let it be that way. That was kind of cool.
That kind of impressed me when you guys were talking about how I know who I am, I know what I do, and I'm not going to try to be anyone or anything beyond that just for the sake of, you know, trying to show. Like when you showed him a technique and he was unfamiliar with it, he was like, that's interesting. Instead of saying, well, we got something like that
exactly,
too.
Exactly the same thing. What he did, I did. When I saw it, I go, okay, cool, I understand why you do it that way. Let me explain why I do mine from a weapons point of view, from a collie point of view. And he accepted that. That was kind of cool because I don't have to try to prove why.
Yeah.
We just are. We just exist. And that's what I like to do. That I'm too old to start changing what I do. I'm happy with what I do, and he's very secure in what he does. And I think that's kind of cool. We can still learn from each other, but we don't have to prove ourselves. We just do what we do because that's where we are in life now.
Yep. Your thoughts about Ryan Hoover?
I just think, you know, for being a soft-spoken but fiercely intelligent guy, he's very incredibly kind. And every time I meet a new member of the Funker family, I'm just incredibly impressed, A, by their kindness and by their family spirit, and it's reflected in all the people that they surround themselves with.
That's a big thing. That's a big thing that I look for as, you know, the quote talent scout for Funker Tactical. I not only look at the person, but I pay close attention to the people they surround themselves with. Because I do believe that you are judged to a degree by the company that you keep. Yeah. And so the people that we've met around Ryan, they were just so nice. I couldn't believe how nice they were.
Right. Same thing with Doug's friends, like Mike and with Anthony, Chris, and they were just fabulous people. And same with Shaw's people in Kansas. You know, they opened up their homes to us, they opened up their families to us, and you know, I haven't been shown kindness like that in a long time.
Yeah. Well, another new member, Daniel Shaw.
That's pretty cool. slow to warm up to me from the beginning, though. I could tell that. Once it gets probably the military guy in, it was like, all right, who are you supposed to be? And I'm like, well, I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, and I just warmed up to him after a while. And after a while, he was just constantly saying, hey, I'm okay. I got my green card. He started opening up. It was kind of cool, you know. I've seen him in action in the videos, and I go, this is cool. I'd love to work with this guy. And it's fun to see the quality that you're bringing in with people. You know, I'm looking forward to working with him.
Yeah, Daniel Shaw is he's incredibly talented. He's incredibly skilled. He has the ability to take these things that he's learned, and really formulate it to the kind of students that's presented in front of him. And that's something that I see in everybody in the team, is that they don't just go, this worked for me, so it's going to work for you. It's kind of like, this worked for me, let's find out what about that worked for me that can work for you, that can potentially work for you, which is very cool. You met Daniel. What are your thoughts on it?
You know, again, the similarities are striking. You know, again, an incredibly talented person, an incredibly skilled person, and an incredibly humble and down-to-earth person, and someone who is willing to look past all their skill, all their talent, and really pay attention to what you have to say and listen to what you present and what you have to offer, and not just dismiss it or not just give you that lip service.
Yeah.
You know, because they'll talk to you about it, they'll be open to it. And that's the thing, everyone's on their own journey, regardless of what arena they choose to express that through, whether it's, you know, firearms training, whether it's martial arts training. But the fact that everyone can sit down at the same table, share a beverage, share a meal together, and connect on so many different levels outside of what their specialty is. And it's, you know, no one in the Funker team is a one-trick pony.
Yes.
And it's just that overall an all-encompassing aspect that is really going to make our team incredibly strong.
And they're not afraid to share too much because they're constantly progressing themselves. It's not like, you know, I don't want to give you the manual because then, you know, it's going to become... No, it's not that. It's... I mean, you can speak to that.
Well,
what worked for you maybe 10 years ago doesn't work?
It's by sharing that I know what I don't know. By putting it out there, people are going to question and add their 2 cents. Oh, I love this, but, you know, this is what I do. Ooh, cool, I never thought of that. Unless you put these, like I said, the knowns out there, then the questions that come about it will give you unknowns. Now, these are identified. Now, let's make it be a known.
Yeah.
That's the way I put it. The more you share, the more you realize that there's more to be gained by that sharing, because for every action, there's a reaction. Sharing of knowledge alone will create some reaction. So,
For sure.
Constantly evolving. There's like we were talking today with Ryan, who's saying, you know, there's no ultimate truth. As a matter of fact, his answer to everything is depends.
It depends. He says it depends a lot.
All the time.
That's such a great answer.
In my age, we wear depends. So it's always a constant with me, so I'm not worried about it.
Okay, so wrapping things up, finally another addition to the team is Miles and Nate, our snipers. I won't talk too much about them, only that I hope you guys trust me at this point. These guys are amazing, amazing guys. They share the same mentalities in many ways, and that they want it. It goes beyond themselves. It becomes about their brothers, their community, their family, and so I can't wait for you guys to meet Nate and Miles. Really, just some of the nicest people.
Well, even in the few communications I've had with Nate, again, it's so obvious that here is a passionate person, here is a dedicated person, and like the other members of the team, they seem to be perpetual students. They're always training, they're always seeking to be better than they were the day before. And, you know, I don't know Nate. I've never met him face to face. I've never spoken to him over the phone, and he's already made himself available. He's already assisted me on tasks that I've needed to do, and, you know, I've tried my best to reciprocate as well. But, you know, it's
Nate's a smart dude too, man. He knows a lot of stuff. And Miles will never toot his own horn, but that guy has. I mean, I don't want to disclose a lot, but, you know, as a precision rifle shooter, as a sniper, as a Canadian, he's done a lot for our country. Let's leave it at that for now, and, you know, we'll leave it up to him to disclose some of that stuff if he wants to. But he's never the guy to say, you know, I did it. It's always about his team, the guys around him, the guys who make him better, and that's really cool. And that's pretty much it. You know, everybody knows about you and Zero, but these are the new members, and we wanted to share with you guys our thoughts and our feelings about, you know, Ryan, Daniel, Miles, and Nate. You're going to be seeing a lot more of them, and yeah, it's going to be an exciting year.
100%.
All right.
All right.
Dance party time.
I woke up in a new Bugatti. I woke up in a new Bugatti. I woke up